Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today, this one's going to be doing a review for Gen V, this one's going to be doing another discussion video for today. We're going to be discussing a massive theory that I've been seeing floating around for Gen V, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it, I wanted to kind of give some opinions about it, because it is a pretty interesting one, and I figured it's a good time to do this before Episode 5 comes out tomorrow, because honestly, they could reveal this at any time for all we know, so I wanted to get this one out beforehand, just so I could kind of sit there and say, I called it, you know what I'm saying? But to be honest, it's not my theory, so I kind of can't even say that either. I've just been hearing this everywhere, and I'm like, you know, I kind of want to bring this up, and I kind of want to enlighten some of my viewers on this idea, because, honestly, man, I really think there's something going on here with this Cipher guy, and that's what we're here to talk about. Cipher has been, well, let's be honest, he's been stealing the show this season. The actor is incredible, the character is very compelling, he's very interesting, and I think they've done a lot of really interesting things with him. We obviously learned at the end of Episode 4 that, you know, he was able to control Jordan's mind and take control of Jordan's mind completely and not even make the person Jordan at all. Just make Jordan just, you know, a shell of what they are for those few seconds there, you know, while he fights Marie. So, I thought it was very interesting the way they kind of played it out. But, here's the thing. Marie said there was no V in his blood, right? Which Marie can usually sense that. And at the end of the episode, they almost kind of made it look like, oh, well, okay, no, he does have superpowers, so Marie just screwed up. I don't think Marie screwed up. I don't think they would write it that way, and I don't think that's what they did. I think they want the audience to think that Marie missed something, that Marie did screw up, and that there is V in his blood, but I don't think there is, and this is what I think is going on. You remember in the flashback, in the opening of Season 2, we had the 1960s, and you had Thomas Gdulkan, that of course died as the experiment went wrong and there was blood everywhere, everybody died, this and that. And he almost pulled the fire alarm, but then, you know, he didn't. He you know, died just before. And he burned, right? He burned massively. Well, in Episode 4, we see a burned body in this, you know, tank, of course, that, you know, Kate and Jordan, you know, see. When they get through the guard that screws the gnome to get in there. But anyway, the point being, they see the burned body in there and it freaks them out, right? And they're wondering, who the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? And they didn't tell you who it is, you know? And I think there's a very good reason for that. Now, you remember in Episode 3, there was a photo of Dr. Gold holding Marie as a baby, and Dr. Gold was Cipher, or at least it looked like Cipher. This is what I think's going on. Dr. Gold, I think, was a real alive person back in the day, right? And I think Dr. Gold is exactly what he is. And a lot of people say, like, wait a minute, why does Cipher look the same age in that photo? Why is his name Dr. Gold? Because I think his name is Dr. Gold. What I think's going on is that Dr. Gold was somebody before, and Thomas Gdulkan is the dead man, or quote-unquote dead man in the tank. And he is controlling a fake person, Cipher. I don't think Cipher is a real dude. I think Cipher is a fake name. I think he was placed in there intentionally. And I think Thomas Gdulkan is the one that is controlling this Cipher dude that we see in the current timeline as a puppet, is what I think's happening. And he's using his face of Dr. Gold from back in the day. You get what I'm saying? He's using Dr. Gold's, like, visual appearance to be that puppet that he controls. And that's how he picks up on everything. That's how he knows everything. That's really Dr. Gold that they're talking to. And Dr. Gold is able to control minds, but obviously Dr. Gold, you know, is, well, it's really Thomas Gdulkan. Thomas Gdulkan is the one that's doing this. Thomas Gdulkan's the one that's controlling this, you know, whole thing, controlling this whole operation. And Cipher is a just facade. It's a fake, you know what I mean? And Dr. Gold really is what he was back then. He's just using Dr. Gold's face from all those years ago to represent this guy nowadays, which is Cipher. You know, and that's kind of the idea. That's what I'm thinking is happening here. I think the guy in the tank is Thomas Gdulkan, who died back then, and I think that Cipher is being controlled by Thomas Gdulkan, and Cipher isn't even a real thing. That is literally just a puppet that Thomas Gdulkan is, you know, placing himself into to lead the school, right? To lead, you know, Gdulkan University. That is what I think is going on, and that's why I think he's able to control minds, and that's why Marie never sensed V in his blood, because he doesn't have any, because it is natural powers, right? And that's That's pretty scary, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's a pretty scary thing. But that's a huge piece of lore for the franchise right there, for the boys and for Gen V. Somebody is naturally doing this. Somebody's able to do all this stuff with no V in their blood at all. You know what I mean? And that's pretty scary, man. I ain't gonna lie. That's a pretty interesting plot line that they have on their hands here. And I think that's why Gen V Season 2 has been so damn interesting so far, because again, like, if that is what's going on, if that is Thomas Gdulkan playing as this Cipher guy, and he really is controlling minds, and this really is him from all those years ago, and that's him in the tank, and he's burnt, and that's why they showed everything, that's some really good lore. That's some really good stuff, and that's a good twist if that's where they go with it. Again, maybe Cipher is a real dude, maybe there is another explanation for it, but I find it so weird that Marie wouldn't sense blood, or V in his blood, you know what I mean? And that's the moment. And then when I saw the burn guy in the tank, and then I heard the theories about Thomas Gdulkan, I was like, yeah, something else is going on here. Something else is happening, and it's really freaky, I tell you that. It's actually really intimidating if that's what's going on here. So, I don't know, man. That's where I'm at with this whole thing. I think this is a very fascinating theory that I've been hearing online from people. I actually fully agree with it. I think that's where this is going. I think that's where this is all kind of heading. Obviously, we'll have to find out in the matter of a few weeks. Hell, maybe we'll find out in tomorrow's episode. I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at with the idea as well. I agree with a lot of the theories. I really do. So, we'll be checking out episode 5 tomorrow. We'll be giving our thoughts on that on the channel, but definitely let me know your theories and your thoughts on this theory, and if you agree or disagree. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe. Once you notice any of the videos, make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.